Fred Vasseur just dropped a bomb in Ferrari's press conference, and now his job and his wallet could both be on the line. Is this the beginning of the end at Maranello? Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur could be slapped with an FIA fine after dropping an expletive during a heated official press conference. One in which he didn't just push back on criticism, he practically declared war on the Italian media. The flare-up follows a storm of speculation this week, ignited by a leading Italian newspaper claiming Vasseur's job could be on the line if Ferrari's lackluster season doesn't turn around soon. Hopes were high for the Scuderia in 2025, with pundits expecting them to battle McLaren for championship glory after last year's tight finish. Instead, their SF25 car has stumbled out of the gate, producing just 3 podiums, courtesy of Charles Leclerc, and a lone sprint win via newcomer Lewis Hamilton. The pressure has been mounting, not just on Vasseur, but across the team. Rumours have swirled about Hamilton potentially retiring by season's end, and Leclerc exploring options outside Maranello. Whispers of internal shakeups and incoming replacements have only added fuel to the fire. Yet on Thursday, both Hamilton and Leclerc threw their full support behind Vasseur. And on Friday, the Frenchman finally responded in the FIA's team principals press conference. But instead of a measured reply, Vasseur let loose, starting with a sarcastic warning that he'd try to stay calm to avoid being sent to the stewards. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't resist crossing the line. Under new FIA rules, any use of profanity during official media appearances leads directly to a steward's review, and likely a fine. Now, it's not just his job on the line, it might be his wallet too. "It's some Italian media, not all Italian media," said Vasseur. "It's not about myself, I think, because this I can manage. It's more about the people of the team. To throw their names like this, I think it's just disrespectful for them, for the family. We had the case last year with the chief of Aero already. We had some names this season. I don't know the target. I don't understand the target. Perhaps it is to give shit to the team, but in this case, I don't see the point." Whether or not Fred Vasseur ends up facing the stewards over his slip of the tongue depends entirely on the FIA media delegate present at the Grand Prix. Under current regulations, it's their call to decide if a curse word uttered during an official press conference crosses the line and warrants formal action. In other words, one person's judgment could determine whether Vasseur escapes with a warning or ends up with a fine. Antonello Coletta, the man behind Ferrari's World Endurance Championship success, is now being tipped as the front-runner to take over as F1 team principal, should Fred Vasseur be shown the door. Vasseur took the reins in late 2022, after Mattia Binotto's departure, tasked with steering Ferrari back to glory. And for a moment, it looked like the comeback was on. The team enjoyed a resurgent 2024 campaign, racking up 5 wins. 3 for Charles Leclerc, Monaco, Italy, United States, and 2 for Carlos Sainz, Australia, Mexico, and narrowly missing the Constructors' title by just 14 points to McLaren. That momentum fueled high hopes heading into 2025. With Lewis Hamilton joining from Mercedes to replace Sainz, the Scuderia seemed poised to break their title drought, which stretches all the way back to 2008. But the dream is quickly unraveling. 10 races into the season, Ferrari finds itself buried 191 points behind runaway leaders McLaren. And Hamilton, the 7-time world champion, has endured the worst start to any season in his career, failing to land a single podium in his first 10 races with the team, despite the fanfare that followed his high-profile move. As pressure mounts, whispers are growing louder that a leadership change may be imminent. And right now, all eyes are on Coletta, the man with a proven track record, waiting in the wings. Antonello Coletta, the mastermind behind Ferrari's World Endurance Championship triumphs, is now being seen as the likely heir to Fred Vasseur's F1 throne, if the current boss doesn't survive the mounting pressure. Rumours are swirling that Ferrari may be preparing for a major leadership shakeup, with a potential dual power structure echoing McLaren's setup. According to speculation, Lorenzo Giorgetti, Ferrari's chief racing revenue officer, could take on a more defined role within the F1 team alongside Antonello Coletta, mirroring the dynamic between Zach Brown and Andrea Stella at McLaren, where executive and sporting responsibilities are split at the top. Interestingly, Corriere della Sera reports that Coletta had previously turned down the F1 team principal role, but insiders suggest the Scuderia's top brass won't take no for an answer twice. With the pressure mounting on Fred Vasseur, Coletta is now reportedly at the top of Ferrari's shortlist, alongside none other than Christian Horner, Red Bull's longtime team principal and the most experienced in the paddock, having held the role since 2005. But while Horner's name is in the mix, Ferrari fans probably shouldn't get their hopes up. So, while change at Ferrari seems increasingly likely, it's looking more like Coletta's show, perhaps with Giorgetti at his side, than a Red Bull-style coup. Obviously, over the years, I've had different approaches, and it's always flattering to be associated with any other team as they're all great teams. But my heart and soul are in this team. I've invested a big part of my life in it, and I feel a responsibility to the people. It's a group of 2,000 people, and I'm really excited about what the future holds in terms of building our own engine from 2026. That's very much the next chapter for us, having it all under one roof. How many people have done that? That's a massive challenge, but a great opportunity, and something, as an organization, we're very excited about. The people are what makes a team, and that's who I feel a tremendous attachment to. Both in the team, obviously, and the shareholders that have supported, the sponsors and partners. We now have 58 partners that I've been responsible for bringing into the team, and we have a great relationship with so many of those partners. It feels a significant part of my life. With all that in mind, newly joined Ferrari driver Lewis Hamilton has made it clear that he supports Vasseur 100%. When asked about the swirling rumours ahead of the Canadian Grand Prix on Thursday, Lewis Hamilton didn't hesitate. He gave his full support to Ferrari's embattled team boss, firmly backing Fred Vasseur amid the growing speculation. It's definitely not nice to hear that there's stories like that are out there, Hamilton said. Firstly, I love working with Fred. Fred is the main reason I'm in this team, and got the opportunity to be here, for which I'm forever grateful for. And we're in this together. We're working hard in the background. Things aren't perfect. I'm here to work with the team, but also with Fred. I want Fred here. I do believe Fred is the person to take us to the top. And so that's that. So it's ultimately nonsense what people have written. Most people don't know what's going on in the background. And it isn't all easy. I don't think that's on the cards, as far as I'm aware. That's certainly not something that I would be supportive of. I'm here to win with Fred. He has my full support. So, with pressure mounting, rumours swirling, and leadership changes looming, Ferrari stands at a crossroads. Will Vasseur weather the storm, or is Antonello Coletta about to make the leap from endurance legend to F1 saviour? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next twist in Ferrari's high-stakes drama.